It was the end of an era at the Ed Sullivan Theatre last night with the final episode of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And to celebrate, the show brought back a guest who made history in that very theatre.
Well, to Stephen, you're better than the Beatles.
Did he really say that? The Beatles famously made their American debut at the theatre on the Ed Sullivan Show way back in 1964. Paul McCartney sang the Beatles' Hello Goodbye alongside Colbert and the Late Show Band. And the show's crew and Colbert's family joined them on stage for a really meaningful moment there. The Late Show spent 33 years on the air. It began with David Letterman as host. CBS's parent company, Paramount Skydance, says the decision to end the show was made for financial reasons. Critics accuse the company of bowing to Trump administration pressure because of Colbert's frequent digs at President Trump. We're joined now by Mark Malkoff. He worked at The Late Show with David Letterman way back in the day, and he worked for Colbert at The Colbert Report when it was on Comedy Central. He's also author of a book on Johnny Carson. Mark, thank you so much for being here. I know you were up late last night.
Yes, I was watching Colbert with everybody else.
What do you make of the send-off?
I think for this 33-year-old franchise, I thought Stephen did a great job. They kept it very secret. He was hoping for the Pope and Beyonce; those were his dream guests. But I think Paul McCartney's a pretty good backup guest. And I thought it was really emotional, and he had his family there, he had some of his siblings, and I thought it was glorious.
And part of the emotion, and there he is with Letterman, isn't just his chapter and what's happening to him, but how this symbolizes the change for late night TV. What is the current state of the genre compared to where it was years ago when you were in the mix?
Well, I was in the very first audience of The Late Show with Letterman, which was August 30th, 1993. 23 million people tuned in. It was the biggest, hottest ticket in town. Tourism in New York skyrocketed. People planning their vacations around David Letterman tickets, a year wait for tickets. And now it's just there's so many options on YouTube. You can do a lot of things cheaper. That just everything has just really, really changed. I think that the Late Show hosts do a fantastic job. It's just to retain an audience like that. Like Johnny Carson was 25% of NBC's profits at one point. You just can't do that anymore.
I mean, we see Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien, some of the other late night hosts. Is American culture changing by not having late night shows that draw big audiences, and so we don't even have these national moments of experience anymore because things are so fragmented?
It's true. I mean, there's so many of these things. They really started as this springboard for especially comedians, new entertainers. And, Letterman launched Ray Romano with one of the most successful sitcoms in history, people like Jim Gaffigan, Zach Galifianakis. And now comedians, have to go on a show like Kill Tony, or they'll have to have a Netflix special as unknowns, and that's how they are getting known to an audience. So, yeah, things have changed. It's very, very hard to make news on those shows anymore. Because, at 11:30, we were tuning into Johnny Carson to see what his take would be on the news. And you can almost get that in real time with social media from comedians. So the urgency just unfortunately isn't there, but I really am hopeful that the format will stick. YouTube right now is working on an original late night show. It's once a week, but it's still something.
Well, let's talk about what else might change. We know that Byron Allen at CBS will do Comics Unleashed. He said on CBS this week it won't touch on politics at all. So where does late night go from here? Because a lot of the hosts are doing podcasts. Stephen will write.
Yeah, because someone like Conan O'Brien can work one day a week and make more money than when he had a late night host, late show, doing 5 nights a week, so it's different. Yeah, Byron Allen, just the metrics, the fact that somebody could buy the time slot. He's a really, really nice man. I've sat down with him a couple times. He was 18 years old going on Johnny Carson as a stand-up. Lots of appreciation for the medium. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're going to be showcasing people, but just the fact that he's buying the time slot just shows you where we are with the late night format. But I really do hope it exists somewhere. Netflix experimented with John Mulaney. I really just hope that this stays. It used to be they would print money, these late night shows. I mean, you would get Harrison Ford, all these movie stars for scale, and they would do it. They were really, really cheap. Just unfortunately, the numbers of people watching have dwindled, and the YouTube, millions of views, but it just isn't the same economics.
Right, and it's not the same shared experience either. Mark, thank you so much. Great to have you here on such an important day.
Appreciate it.